What is going on, everybody? You are listening to the Built for War podcast. I am your host, Austin Trotter, accompanied by my bearded gentleman co-host, Mr. Michael Musick.
What's up, Strength Freaks?
Today, we got a little bit of something special for you. You haven't seen him in a while, but you've been smelling him for a long time.
Oh, my God.
You can smell what the Rock's cooking with this world record breaking son of a nice man, Mr. Chase McGhee. How you doing, Chase?
Oh, Mr. McGhee.
All right.
And Chase is bringing another local up-and-coming out of Texas. State your name, occupation, and blood type for the fans.
Hey, name's Alan Scott. Occupation. Let's see. I'm a teacher / coach at a local middle school, and my blood type is probably like negative.
Hell yeah.
Fair enough. It's just negative.
This is negative.
He's fueled by hate.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And pain, despair, pain, anguish.
Yeah. Most teachers. Yeah.
Most teachers. I still don't think you guys get paid enough.
Yeah, no,
That is true. Yeah.
he works where I used to teach at. He works there too, and was a coach. Kind of had a cool little trade off. Whenever I left, I hooked talked to the principal, and we just little swap spots. It was pretty great.
That's it. And that's at a middle school?
Yeah.
Are you a PE teacher? Please tell me you're a PE teacher.
I am a PE teacher.
Dude.
Yeah. PE teacher and coach whatever sports they got going
That's
on.
fucking cool. I'm not.
It's a nice little gig, honestly.
Yeah, and that's the shitty thing. Like, yeah, it's true. Like, you just don't get paid enough for that shit. Because honestly, in all my years of fucking schooling, the ones that like the teachers that affected me the most, that I can still think of Mr. Barry back in fucking 5th grade as my PE teacher. Fucking Mr. Buck back in the teachers that I remember were always
tag him. Make sure you tag him.
Fuck, that dude is so old. He probably doesn't even have fucking you don't even turn on TV. He's got CBS and CNN. Like, that's all he fucking watches. This is a long time ago. That motherfucker was like 50-something years old back then. But legit though, like most of my childhood growing up through school was always like PE teachers and shit like that. So I've always told my girl, I was like, my dream job when I because I have my trade and everything. But like the day I retire, I was like, my goal is to fucking be a PE teacher. Like, I'm going to teach all these new up and coming 20, 30 little bitch motherfuckers how to play some dodgeball, how to play some fucking
straight to jail. Straight to jail. That's not allowed in this country anymore.
You can't play dodgeball?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. That is no. You can, but it's you have to use particular materials like very special foam balls.
The foam balls,
you can't throw hard.
Bruh.
Yeah, those red dodgeballs, those are a thing of the past.
Bro, going through fucking 3/4 of your day with that feeling like you have something on your face, just that
bunch of ants.
Because like the ball hit you so hard in the face during first period.
Yeah.
You don't even know. Kids,
You don't even know.
No.
Which is crazy because
fuck.
I never experienced, and I don't think Alan probably did either, experienced PE. Because
We're really young.
we were, so we went to PE, and then after 6th grade, you go into athletics.
Yeah.
So we were, we played football from 7th grade on. We never had PE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay.
See, we had
after 6th grade,
We went up. We did PE
it's one of those things that we
until 9th grade over here.
Yeah.
So if you did sports like you did athletics, you didn't get PE.
I feel you. Okay, because then you were in a specific sport. Okay, and maybe that's
So
true,
we played
right?
football.
And I didn't play football until high school. So, like, maybe that's why. Yeah. And then it turned into, instead of PE, it was weights, right? You actually go into the weight room and fucking shit like that. So,
So, Chase, run us through.
Tell us, everybody,
your latest and greatest.
Who you are.
Of your world record.
Yeah, man. I was prepping for it. I think I hit 340 on overhead almost about a year-ish ago, maybe 8 months. And I was just wondering because I saw, following people like Derek Owens and some of the big 90s guys who are big pressers. And I was following, and I know that Derek was chasing down some big numbers and things like that. And I hit 340, and I was like, man, I wonder how comparative that is.
Right.
And so I looked at, obviously for the longest time, Charles Pierce had the world record at 365. And I was like, that's only like 15, 20 pounds away.
Is that, and now this is for the 90 kg?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, Charles he's like 105 now, maybe even trying to do open stuff. But it had been 365 for freaking years. And that was for non-tested or nothing. And so I was just checking it. And I hit that on a random day and was like, no, shoot, I'm gonna go for something. And so I looked it up, and you know, I saw 365. And then at OSG last year, I talked to a couple people in the natty world, Chloe Brennan, and her people who kind of work a lot with UK natties and Natural Strongman. And so I saw that, and I saw a few people breaking natural world records. So I looked it up, and I was like, you know, what's the natural world record? The natural world record was 330, and I was like crap, dude, I'm 10 pounds over the world record.
Right.
And so that was maybe half a year before I started training for this qualifier. I posted that, and then the qualifier host reached out to me and was like, hey man, come break it in January, like for real, like on camera. Okay. And I was like, maybe, you know, whatever. And you know, we'd been working, and you know, 330 was going up consistent. Cerberus freaking shared all of my stuff, and dude, I finally had
congratulations. You're a real fucking Cerberus athlete, right?
Not yet. No. So,
well, I mean, you're getting fucking close, dude. They're sending you shit.
Yeah. Well, so Cerberus sent my stuff, and it went viral. We got like 40,000 views on it. Yeah. And so I messaged him and was like, hey man, like, I need some type of sponsorship. Yeah. And he was like, no, for sure. And so he's like, I can't sponsor like whatever, like as far as like athlete wise, but I can send you a care package. And they sent me like a $600 care package. Well,
that's why I'd said that, because when I saw your video and I was like, motherfucker, that's like a legit ass package. Like that's what you send athletes. Like I was like, holy shit. To me,
you know, that's that. Yeah.
And he gave you a check. And, you know,
Odd Objects did the same.
Fuck.
Yeah. I got the check. Yeah. And so Odd Objects did the same. Odd Objects sent me all my stuff too with Tommy. You know, I'm a affiliate ambassador with Odd Objects.
Yeah,
and they
with
sent
Tommy
me my stuff
Love
too.
and all them.
But working with that, after that, you know, I hit the double for 330, and I was like, this is gonna be great. And I kept having freaking trouble, man. I was like, you know how it gets with that plateau. Once you start getting to that top end shit, it starts getting heavy.
Absolutely.
And I tried to clean 350 a few times, and that crap just like
fucking
straight bounced off my chest.
Right.
Didn't know what the heck was happening. Couldn't grip it enough. And I think I hit 350 in training. I maybe or I almost hit it. I forget. I think it'll be good. And then comp day gets there. My first ever water cut. I finally did a water cut.
Oh.
So I was fat, dude. I was
weighing? What were you weighing?
215-ish. Before this, you know, I used to come around like 205.
Yeah, I was gonna say you said heavy. You were 210. Okay. And then so you had to go from 215 down to 198. Hold on, it's glitching. If we're not talking, it's only because your face ain't moving.
And so I water cut down, and it didn't go too. I set in the sun. There we go.
There we go. Okay, sorry, dude. I was trying to follow you, but I was like, I can't.
You're good. Yeah. No, it was 215 down to 198. I got down to, I think, 206, 207 from dieting.
Okay. Yeah.
And then went to the sauna at like 205, I think. And so it went really smooth. You know, Hannah coached me through it, walked me through everything. It wasn't too bad. I mean, it was pretty shitty still. But,
right. Let me ask you.
You know, it wasn't awful.
Since we go through the same cut, because that's usually like at my heavy top end is 215, but it's usually about 212. You nailed it exact. Like I'm always like 212, 213. Just through diet going into it, I always walk in like 206, 207, the 205, 207, and then you start your cut. Did you cut? Like, did it seem pretty easy until you hit a barrier? Like for me, the 2 times I've done it, when I hit 200 pounds, that last 2 motherfucking pounds is not like you lose your soul. Like it's like pretty quick, like 5, 6 pounds, 7 pounds, like down to 200 pounds, a breeze, really.
Yeah.
And then that last 2 pounds is like sunk in face, fucking, you're just death. Like it almost takes almost as long to do the 7 pounds to do 2 pounds. At least for me, that's how my body reacts.
Yeah. I mean, so a big deal for me, like I told y'all on the last podcast, the last episode I was on, I had that heart surgery. And so a big deal for me was managing my heart rate because I was scared, like that something would happen.
For sure.
And so I couldn't stay in the session. I couldn't stay in my sessions very long. So I was doing like 10-minute session max.
Oh, okay.
And most of those were shorter than that. Whenever I got into the first sauna session, I stayed 10 minutes or so. I did about 2 or 3 sessions at 10 minutes. And then after that, I was doing like 5 to 3 minute sessions because I was just like, man, I'm like nervous.
Right,
I come out and this dude said, he made weight. And he was like, I'm gonna eat dinner. Like
what a prick.
And I'm coming out.
Why you gotta be like that?
I fasted for like 3 weeks or so.
Basically,
wow.
Leading up to the comp. Because I lost close to 15 pounds.
He competes at 80.
Oh, okay. So you were cutting for the 80s?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had to cut down to the 80s, and I think I was weighing like 190 towards the end of the prep.
Okay.
And for like the last like month, I started like eating and working on my diet, fasting, basically fasting. I wouldn't eat breakfast, I wouldn't eat lunch, but I'd eat a meal at the end of the day.
Okay.
And I'd go like another 24.
Bad advice. Right. Don't do this at home, kids. Don't do this at home, lifters.
No, yeah, lifters.
I tried to tell them, but
look,
it worked for him. I mean,
look, I'm gonna be real honest.
But I was still gaining strength, and it was helping my confidence and like seeing the pounds go down. So
for sure, because I think that's a big scare. Was that your first water cut, Alan?
He didn't do it. He didn't have to do a water cut. He just dieted down.
Oh, you just did it.
No. He fasted down to a certain level, and then he just maintained that weight.
Oh, you did it strictly through fasting and shit. Wow.
He dieted down and made it to 176.
Holy shit! Purely through diet. Wow.
Yeah, I went in there with him for like the first 1 or 2 sessions that he did, just to like hang out with him.
Yeah.
Because I think I was like 2 pounds over still.
Okay.
And I mean, I lost it in like 15 minutes.
Wow.
And then I was done.
Huh.
So,
that's impressive. Wow. That's a strict. So then did you like refeed and did you just keep your same weight then going into the competition instead of doing a big refead? Because
I weighed like 186.
Okay.
I think I weighed 186 the next morning.
Okay. Because that's the only like, right? Because like,
I gained like 10 pounds.
Oh, okay. I was just curious because like a water cut, right, is technically a diet. Get yourself to a certain position like that your body's ready for, and then you just manipulate it. So then the second you put food back into it, like after a little bit, it goes back to normal. But if you're restricting yourself for fucking weeks, and then all of a sudden like you make weight, and you're like, oh.
I mean, he did a water manipulation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess it's still technically a type of water cut because I mean he was manipulating salts and he was manipulating his intake and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was just curious.
Yeah.
I didn't drink any water or eat for like close to 24 hours going to.
I think you had a snack on the road.
Yeah.
And so it was close to 24. Like a fasted, like I said, it was a water manipulation, but he didn't have to sit in a sauna for enough.
Right, and that's even better, right? That's even better. And I was just curious because like I think the name of the game with water cuts, it's not getting the poundage off, it's coming back and feeling good enough to lift in 12 hours, right?
Wow, I don't know about that because I've done some. Yeah, I've done some pretty fucking nasty water cuts, and the name of the game for that is literally getting the pounds off.
But then you got the pounds off, and how'd you feel the next day? Like death.
I mean, I never feel good after a fucking water cut.
Well, yeah, but I mean, in the professionalness of a water cut, you know,
I didn't feel too terrible.
Good.
I mean, obviously, so getting back to the whole world record thing.
Yeah,
I came in and did the yoke. That was the first event, which also I hate and I didn't. I hate that the first event wasn't the world record. but I also like that I got my nerves out for the first
yes,
on the yoke.
For sure.
So that was kind of cool. But yoke went fine. I think I got 4th, which is about average for me. Yoke isn't my best thing. I had a good fast time. The thing about this comp was everything was so freaking light. So it was literally about just who could move their feet the fastest.
Yeah.
And so it was just a really light show. I think the yoke was only like 600 pounds. Farmers was like 245. It was silly.
Okay, so okay.
But second event world record. I was warming up, and then we only got a smidge. They didn't have a warm up area. We were warming up on the platforms. We did yoke, and I think I was on like 225 warming up, and they're like, "Hey, we got 3 minutes left till we start." And I was like, "No, sir.
Yeah,
you're gonna give me some more time." I was like, "I'm about to set a world record for you guys. Like, I'm one of the only people here gonna set world records. Like, I need more time. I'm not trying to be a prima donna, but I got to get up 100 more pounds of warm up in." And he was like, "We can get you 8 more minutes, man, for sure." And he was really accommodating with that, and I was like, "I appreciate it." So
I feel like that's
going
pretty standard.
My plan was to open it.
I feel like that's pretty standard whenever you're trying to set a world record. You're at that next tier, kind of above the other athletes.
Should be.
Promoters are always quick to just be like, "You take as much time as you want," because literally their show is going to get so much more traction whenever you hit a certain number, no matter what the number is. So it's really cool that you were able to get that time in between, especially an extra 8 minutes, because it's life or death when it comes to that kind of shit. I mean, I know that just me in general, like in between even just 10-pound jumps of like hitting that, because I'm so close to hitting 300 pounds overhead that like 290 screams up. But if I don't wait 5 minutes in between, I can't even get 290 again.
Yep.
Or you're in the back doing
that's me with log for some reason recently.
Interesting.
But that went, and it went smooth. So I hit my 300. My plan was to hit 300 as an opener. I was hoping I would win with that. So that would win the points.
Yeah, you're just
I'm still trying to qualify for Worlds with
for sure. Okay,
so I'm hoping that would win, and then I could make my jumps accordingly. But there was a guy there, a really strong guy who barely missed qualifying for Worlds, Andrew Gardner, who opened up 302 and hit it pretty easily. He did have to take two jumps, and then we were both going back and forth on what we wanted to jump to next, and so he moved to 325, and so he missed it. And I was like, crap, we both got 300. I wanted to go for the world record, which was 330. So I was like, I'm going to go 331, chip it real quick, easy. But I can't do that because if I miss it for some reason, now I have tied points.
Exactly.
And so I'm like, shit.
Yep.
So I went 325, and I was like, okay. So I went 300, 325, hit that. And I was like, okay,
so
whatever.
Now you secured the win.
I chipped the world record.
Yep, you secured the win. Yep. You're like, cool.
Then I chipped the world record at 335 or something like that.
Okay.
And it was smooth sailing. And so then 350, I was like, I don't know what I want to do. I was like, let's do 350. And they're like, okay, that's 156 kilos. And I'm like, I talked to this man. I was like, that just sounds bad, don't it? I was like, I need like 160.
160, right? Put it at 160 kilo. Right.
Yeah. He was like, you think you can do it? And he's like, I think you got that shit. And so I was like, all right, look, 160 then. So it's 353.5 or some shit. And so I was like, all right, cool. And so as soon as I got up there, I was nervous as shit.
Yeah,
as soon as I got up there, the easy clean to the belt, and then it popped up and my elbow snapped under. And you can see it. I got my video.
Oh yeah.
My fucking smile, dude.
Oh yeah, like, right? When it hits that
here,
comfy spot like perfectly, it's like it's over.
And so it snapped up easy, and I was just like, yeah, no, this is it.
Sick.
And it flew.
It did. You had more. You had more in the tank. You had more in the tank.
But I think it was there that day. But that's just the name of the game. Truthfully, talking about the name of the game, I didn't do super well. I only got an invite to Worlds because of that record. I ended up getting fourth at that show because, dude, no, that was probably the worst performance of my life to date.
Okay.
I straight up hit stick a sandbag on a bar. Was like full speed running with a 250 bag
and into the bar,
triple extend
you hit the
into the bar.
Bro,
I moved these people, dude. It was like
honestly, the Dallas Cowboys sent him an offer in free agency just this week.
Oh, brother,
you should have seen the hit on there.
Oh, it was bad, dude.
It's okay.
And so that cost me a whole lot of points.
Of seconds,
and,
points,
yeah. Well, and some of my deadlift, I had one of my heart episodes right before my deadlift because I was nervous.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
The deadlift's like 500 pounds for reps, and I've always hit close to about 12 in 45 seconds. And I got to 12 and was gassed at like 50 seconds and hit 13. And I was just like, 13 reps of 500 is.
That's really good, bro. That's really
I was about to black out at the time.
That's really impressive. Like, that's really impressive. Like, yeah, that's impressive.
It was, you know, it was all right. I was hoping for 15. That's what I set my goal for, and that would have ended up getting first or second points. But, you know, that cost me. And then Farmers was great. That sandbag cost me a crap load of points. But, you know.
But fuck it, you got your Worlds, though? You got your ticket to Worlds?
I got the Worlds
I didn't know that.
And,
I didn't know that was a Worlds invite. I thought you were just strictly doing that comp for the world record.
So this is.
So
it's Natty Worlds in Ireland in August.
Natty Worlds in Ireland. And really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So this competition, they drug test you?
Yeah, I got piss tested, yeah.
No shit.
So tell us a little bit about that. How did that work out? Did you guys get piss tested day of, or was it night before? How does all of that kind of string out?
Yeah, so it was only the top 10% of the comp. Yeah. They only test 10% of the athletes, and every world record holder.
Oh, okay.
And the way that worked out was, because of the numbers, they only needed to test the world record holders and one first place person.
Okay.
So it's not everybody, which obviously those tests are expensive. You know, a fucking full panel gear test is like $300.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I wish you could, but then the comp, you'd be spending, how much money would you be spending?
Well, and that's
right. How much is that now on us? Membership fees.
And that's kind of like my only experience. Like I'd never actually competed in, you know, a natural competition, but just what I know from information of watching things is that sometimes that is the problem. Like, because unfortunately, like, people rig systems, right? And because they only do a percentage of people that are legitimately doing it, fucking 80% of everybody else is running gear like a motherfucker.
Well, and not only that, but the problem is that there's so many ways to get different variances in bloods and just how the gear works out.
Right, and then
so basically, you can run test and you can run DECA and you can run trend up to about 3 weeks out, detox out, and still be able to
run right into it.
Exactly. And if you're getting tested,
and people definitely do that, you know.
Yeah.
People definitely do that.
That's why I never believed in natural bodybuilding, because that's such a different, like, natural bodybuilding is bullshit, because literally you can get so cut, so lean, and dehydrate your body. You claim natural and you can piss test natural, but if you're not getting tested fucking every other week, there's no way of finding out. And I don't think any federation in the world has the money. Like you just said, a test is like $300 per person. Yeah. I mean, your guys' entry fee into this competition was what, $100? Like, that's not even going to cover.
120,
yeah. That alone isn't even going to cover your piss test cost.
No.
So the federation, whoever the Natural Strongest Man Federation is, I don't know, but whoever they are, they're not going to be able to piss test every single person, because
so much money.
They're going to lose a fuckload of money if they do that.
And then like people that fuck with SARMs and shit.
And you know, they end up when you get to the world level, it goes up a percentage, and so they'll test all of the podium people.
Yeah.
And which, you know,
we lost.
No.
This isn't my internet. So frustrating whenever we do stuff like this.
I know. Look at him. He's got that perfect, like, hey.
Baba da boopity. Mamma mia.
Where did he go? No. Motherfucker. What does that say?
We got kicked.
Oh, it says Mike Music. What the fuck?
No way.
What happened?
We got kicked.
Why?
I don't know. Can you hear us now?
Recording in progress.
I have no idea what happened. You were just sitting here like this, and then it just disappeared.
No,
don't even start that shit. Come on.
Yeah.
There you are. Hold on. This is what you guys want to take over the world.
Coco.
Y'all froze again.
I know. This
There
it is.
technology.
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on.
Oh, it's saying my internet is unstable.
Your interconnection is unstable.
That's so cool.
You're so unstable. Your internet is so unstable. Bruh.
Y'all are coming in all cheese grady.
Oh, I know. You guys are too. I don't know what's going on. There you are. There you are. There you go. There you go.
Cool.
All right. Sorry. Continue.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay. So they test the podium when you get to that world level.
Yeah.
Because no one really cares if you're 6th or 8th place. If you're on gear, like,
For sure.
and you're
For
still
sure.
getting 8th, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, right.
But you know, we've talked, and my thing was like, you know, I went to OSG. Like, I'm not caring about people on gear. Like, I don't care if you take
Right.
whatever you take.
Right.
It's
Right.
for me. It's my choice because I don't feel like that I need it yet.
Mhm.
You know, I turned 30 this year.
Mhm.
I'm going to get my blood work done. If my blood work's super low, then I'll hop on TRT or something. probably.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I don't feel like I need it right now. I'm making progress. I haven't slowed down. I'm sleeping okay. I'm having plenty of good gains.
Good.
I don't feel like I need it just yet. And, you know, once you get on gear, I mean, you guys understand it. It's a lifelong thing.
It is.
Like,
it's a commitment. It's a forever thing. Unlike
It is a commitment.
It's a commitment.
And blasting stuff, you know, definitely changes your mood, and I'm a husband and a father and stuff, and so I don't know how that changes my attitude.
Right. Right.
And you know, we talked before, like, I'm not a professional at this stuff, so I don't need to be blasting until I get to that level. You know, who's to say what it would do or how much it would help or how much it wouldn't? But I'm not concerned, and I'm not like concerned about the people that are doing gear. To me, they're stronger than me. That's that plain and simple. No one gives a shit.
Absolutely.
They're just stronger.
Absolutely.
Well, and the other thing
but
that comes with all of that is that you're progressing at such a level every single year that why would you put another compound in your body when you absolutely don't have to?
No.
Run that. I tell everybody, run your natural body until the very end. Because unfortunately, I did the bro split thing and decided to hop on test at a very early age, and that affected me. After that, literally, it affected me having kids. It affected me in a lot of other ways, and I was like, well, fuck, this is my lifestyle now. Like, I have to take tests now because I have been taking tests for the last 4 years after I started, and I tell everybody, like, it's a lifestyle decision. As soon as you inject that very first time, there's a chance that you could have to inject every single week for the rest of your life.
Yeah, natural could stop.
Is that something is that a risk that you're willing to take?
Yep.
If not, don't do it. If you have questions about it, don't do it.
Like, thinking about that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Can't afford it either.
It's also we can't afford it. It's also, like you were saying, it's a lifestyle. Like, what is your goal? You know what I mean? Like, are you really trying to be the best in the world? Are you trying to be, you know, and to me, that's the biggest thing is, like, are you close to the best in the world? You know, are you close to that top 10 mark? Is this going to help you get there? Like, if you're not if you're not qualifying for worlds, why are you on gear? If you're not, like, close to that number, like, don't push yourself. Don't be a casual taking gear. Yeah, that's silly.
I agree. I agree.
But you have people, like, you know, who are top 10 or top 20. It's like, this one might make a difference. Like, and that's what you want. That's your goal. Your goal is to be the strongest man in the world. You know, that's I can't judge you for that.
Yeah.
I can't say, you know, that's a bad ambition.
I also can't judge people on what they do with their lifestyle decisions because they're doing what they're doing.
Exactly.
It's when they're under 20 years old and they're taking it for trend clout on Instagram where I kind of yince at it a little bit, and it's like, you guys don't even know what puberty is like, so why the fuck are you even taking gear? But at the same time, like, I can't.
If you're an adult, man, you're an adult,
and I can't judge. And I can't even judge kids on doing that because fuck, I was never a good kid. Like, I didn't do shit how I should have.
Right.
But at the same time, it's just kind of like, I wish you would have found a mentor in all of this, unlike me, because that's why whenever I speak about any kind of gear or any kind of test or any kind of TRT, any kind of hormone treatment, you need to find somebody who actually does it instead of gym bro number 1 through 7 in the fucking locker room hitting their vaccines every fucking time they lift. Yeah. Those guys don't know what the fuck they're doing. Now, when you go to a clinic and you talk to somebody and you're able to be open about it, then like gear is a thing that you can regulate and still live through. For you, it doesn't make sense right now because of your heart condition. Testosterone is hard on the heart, no matter what it is. Mm-hmm. That's just test. That's not including Trin, Deca, D-ball, Anadrol, Superdrol, all of these other compounds that are going to be even harder for you. Like, it doesn't make sense for you because that puts, like you just said, you're a family man. Your kids come first, basically. So what are you going to do? You're going to fucking put yourself at risk to try to get a fucking trophy at the OSG because that's something that means the world to you. Like, if it wasn't for me getting my blood work done every 3 months, I wouldn't be on any kind of testosterone because my kids come first. But people jump and I'm sorry, I'm going on to a rant. It just irritates the fuck out of me because
that's fair.
Because these fucking kids get on all of this. They like, I hear fucking children like 21 and under blasting a gram of test. What the fuck? That's so extreme. I've never once gotten anywhere near that, and it's just like a natural dose to take a gram of test and a gram of Trin, and we do all of this shit and we get jacked. And yeah, sure, you do that, but your endocrine system is fucking shot afterwards.
Well, I've never heard this before, but Alan talked about this guy, and I forget what it was, but I'll let him tell it. And it's probably the only good argument I've ever heard for taking test at 20 or 25, and it still doesn't justify it to me. But he was telling me the other day, and it kind of made me think because how did it go?
I don't want to take that dude's clout because I think he's a relatively famous YouTuber, but I don't know him at all or really watch any of his content. But he is talking about he's got into the game of lifting so late that he's a decade behind people like any of us or anything. Right. And he was like, I want to be done with this. Like, I'm a badass. I'm strong as heck, all that stuff. I'm the top of the top. I'm the best of the best when I'm 30. So I'm going to take gear now, blast it, and then be done and off. But the thing that I guess you would think about that is, what are you going to do when you want to get off of it now?
See, when and that's my biggest disagreement to that conversation is that when you're done blasting all of these compounds into your body, what is your endocrine system going to do? You have no fucking idea. Nobody knows. I don't know what my body is going to look like at 50. I could be strong, jacked, and juicy. I could be fucking whittled with heart attacks every other day and a fucking stroke at the age of 50. I don't know. Like, but that's a risk that I'm willing to take because I want to step on everybody's faces at a 105K athlete at the World's Strongest Man stage. I literally told my wife the day that I started taking all of this that I was going to walk the stage and walk all over people and continue to move forward and reign as long as I can until I hit masters. Like, that was my plan from very beginning. So it was already in the books that I knew what my future was going to look like. His outlook is understandable, right? Because he wants to do this when he's young so he can live it's literally just like finances, right? You want to work your ass off in
look at it.
Yeah, you want to work your ass off in your early 20s and mid 20s and late 20s so that way you can retire at 45 and live the rest of your life on a beach. But hormones don't fucking work like that. And I think people have a misconception of
they don't.
What's that? Sorry, you broke up a little bit.
There you go.
I didn't say anything. It's cutting out.
Oh yeah, I was just saying, like, you just don't know, and
you're good. Keep going.
You just don't know what the fuck your body's going to do at the end of the day. And unfortunately, people have this preconceived notion that as soon as you hop off a test, you can just take a little bit of HCG and a little bit of Clomid and your body's going to go back to normal. And that's such a misconception in the gear world that a lot of people don't take into consideration.
I agree 100%.
I went to the throat.
Oh.
No. Yeah. And I mean, I see the point that the dude was making because I'll have kids. I say kids. I'm not that old. I'm about to be 30. But kids come up to me. They're like, how long you been doing this? Like, what's the thing? And they're in their 20s or whatever, and they don't have a lifting background. They did whatever. They did IT. They did freaking computer science. They went to PE all through high school, and they want to lift. They're like, I want to do this. And I'm like, dude, I've been doing this for 15 years.
10, 15
I'm 30 years old, and I've been doing this for 15 years, half my life. Like, and I look like this. Like, I'm not anything. I'm not an epitome of strength. I'm not an epitome of size. I don't look like a tapered fucking bodybuilder. I don't have a V cut, whatever. I don't have this fucking Dorito shape. And they see that, and they're like, I got to do this for 15 years.
And I look like you.
Right.
And so,
but there's also a level of respect that comes with that. And there's a lot of things that like real lifters and real people who go to the gym on a daily basis don't completely understand, or that have a level of respect that comes to that. Because if you go into the gym, right, you load up 300 pounds on an overhead press, people are going to fucking wince at you and go, what the fuck is this guy going to do? And then when you do it, they're like, what gear are you on? What are you taking? What's your stack? And you say natural, and people are going to look at you like, no, that's wrong. You're wrong.
Like bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
But I think it's a grand scheme of things that people don't understand. You think a person at 25, they think they're so behind the game. 25 years plus 10 years is 35. You're still okay. Like, you can still gain strength. You can still be fine.
10 years
is plenty okay.
Yeah, 10 years of fucking consistent work and effort in just your workouts and your nutrition is going to outdo anything that steroids are going to do for you. Period. Like, that's another thing. A lot of people think, which, I haven't hopped on, so I don't know what it would do. But from what I can tell from trusted friends, and, steroids isn't a fucking magic pill where you hop on gear and it just magically changes you into the best in the world.
Right.
But it's your consistent effort still, but obviously it helps, but it's not going to be this transformative process to where you turn into a god.
But that's what everybody wants nowadays, because it's immediate, right?
Yeah.
They want to go from the couch potato to world's strongest man in 3 months.
Well, and I also think that it has a lot to do with this fucking latest and greatest pill, Ozempic. It's the fucking get rid of all the fat pill. And that's just, there's so many things that are going to come out about this Ozempic that I already know that it's going to create further issues down the line. And there is no golden pill for consistency and hard work, and there never will be.
I don't totally knock Ozempic for certain things. The only reason I don't is because we're trading one. It's not a good thing. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Ozempic beats hard work and consistency. But when you look at the average person, right? So I talk to Alan about this all the time. We have all these conversations about, like, why can't people just fucking get their shit together? Why can't you just get your shit together? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I really think that I have this God-given blessing of self-motivation, right? I think I can look at myself in the mirror and be like, hey, man, you need to get your shit together. Or, hey, man, like, we're about to go lift some heavy shit. You're going to be the best in the world at something. And I don't think the average person has this internal fire to do certain things. I think it's a gift. I don't think it's something that you can just
you can't
work on.
And
so when you're looking at the average person, when you're looking at the average person, if you're looking at someone doing with the Ozempic thing, it's like, would I trade diabetes for Ozempic? Would I trade a binge eating disorder for Ozempic? It's like, I don't know.
Right.
But Austin, I think that's a big deal, is we're going to see a lot of shit here in the future about maybe this isn't as just harmless as people say. But when you're looking at something like eating addiction, like, I struggle a lot. Obviously, I'm fat as shit. I struggle with binge eating hardcore. Like, I just eat and I eat that and I eat at night. And that's from a big poverty background of being poor and shit, not knowing I was going to eat it.
For sure.
Exactly. I fucking completely understand.
Again, and now I'm just eating all the time. But it's harder to just stop for certain people. And I'm guessing a disorder, is that better or worse than the diabetes? Is that better or worse than the heart disease? Which one is better? Because that's that's the trade-off, is what's better. Now you have the people who are just using it to get ripped or to get skinny, and that's a different thing.
Yeah.
But
and I
don't know.
I also
jumpstart good habits.
I also tie the Ozempic line into the keto thing, because keto was a really big movement here about 4 years ago. And that was a big deal, right? You can go into ketosis, eat nothing but fucking red meat and fucking butter, and you lose a bunch of weight. That's fantastic. Yeah. As soon as you take on carbs, it immediately converts into fat and you gain everything back. Exactly. So you're right by
there's so much. No, go ahead, man.
No, I was just going to say, you're right in by stating that Ozempic is a great way to lose all of the fat, because if you are on the risk of heart failure or diabetes or some of these chronic illnesses due to food addiction or overeating of food, it doesn't exactly always kickstart good habits on, okay, well, now that I'm done with ketosis, maybe I level in and sprinkle in a little bit of carbs. Instead, they just go all out right after, because they don't have the mindset of, I need to eat clean and eat healthy.
There's always an aspect of self-discipline that has to start coming into play.
Always.
Like there always is an aspect that has to come in with the self-discipline. And the whole keto stuff, man, like your body needs carbs, dude. Like your brain needs carbs to function. Yeah.
But nobody knows how to just keep it at a what's that word I'm looking for? Just steady pace. Everybody's either all fucking in or I don't even want to touch it.
Yeah.
It's all fucking in or I don't want to touch it.
Nobody, well, I think
nobody wants to just.
What
are you saying?
We're talking about like the self-discipline, those type of things. Like I think we take for granted some of our mindset and our determination factor or whatever, like this is just the way it is. Like you just got to go do it.
Right.
Like, and hard to understand when someone doesn't think the way you think, and you have to put yourself in other people's perspective and shoes. And it's really difficult to do sometimes, because you're like, I just don't understand why you don't feel the way that I feel or think the way that I think. But you really have to take a step back and try to be patient with those kind of people.
Why can't you just turn it on?
Yeah.
Like, why can't you just fix this shit? Like, this is a problem. Just fucking stop.
Exactly.
Just fix your diet. Like,
exactly. That's why we
talk. But people, not everyone thinks like that.
Not even close, even though they should. And you're just trying to help. And
that's why people need to do 75 hard. Andy Frisella's 75 hard. It'll change your fucking mental, and you'll just be fine. That's what I'm telling everybody, and it's fine. But
wild shit, man.
Yeah.
Hey, 75 hard was a decent challenge, man.
It's just a program, man. Like, literally, if you can get through 75 days, I think it's just a mental reconstruction program that's going to state you into, okay, I've been doing this for my entire time, because the biggest excuse always is, I don't have the fucking time to do this. I don't have the time to do that. But at the same time, you've got time to sit on the fucking couch and watch, TV and eat fucking bonbons and fucking chill with your family. Why don't you take them out? Why don't you put a pack on and go fucking walk with your family outside? Like, there's so many other things that could be being done. And it's just
because it's a lifestyle change, right?
It's
like you said,
it is. It's a mindset reconstruction.
Yeah, I have to now, because I have a kid, right? I have a kid. It's like, well, I can't do this. I have so much time with my kid. It's like, no, like you have to include your kid. Like you have to include your wife. You have to include whatever. You have to make some time. I mean, and it's the same thing, getting off topic.
Motherfucker.
But for me, hard struggle right now. Like the same thing. Sorry, y'all are frozen. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, we got you now.
Damn it.
No, we got you now. You're good.
You got me now? Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know where I cut off, but talking about like spiritually, for a big deal for me is like reading the Bible or scripture and stuff for praying. It's like you have time. You have 24 hours. You're not prioritizing your time.
Exactly.
You're letting scrolling take more time. You're letting downtime relaxation take more time, which, you know, don't get me wrong.
Right.
I
Y'all
think
need it for sure.
is
For sure. We
I
all
think
need
it's really
it.
necessary for mental health.
Absolutely. 100%.
But over like this doom scrolling and stuff, or taking the time, whatever, sleeping in, however, you have time. Like, and it's an excuse for me all the time is that I don't have time because I'm a kid. Or not a kid. I have a kid. I am also a child.
Right.
What's up, little dude?
I know, look at this gangster right here.
So
he was getting fussy.
But that's the thing is, like, heck yeah. What do you have to do for your family? It's not just for you anymore. I think that's the big thing too, is like, I want to be better for my family so I can set up better habits so that my kid doesn't turn out with the same issues of like being obese or being unhealthy. It's like, you got to set those habits. You got to start them up.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I go out for a walk because I live two lives, basically. My first life is an entrepreneurial life where I work my fucking ass off for my company. And then I come home and I live the dad life. The dad life for me consists of I take my kids out every single day that it's nice out. I take them outside and we go to the park. What do I do at the park? I don't sit there and I don't sit on my phone. I don't sit there and just watch my kids. Like, I'm doing push-ups. I'm doing pull-ups. I'm climbing up and down the stairs. I'm fucking like chasing them all over the place. Like, I make sure to try to get in at least 100 pull-ups, which is stupid, 100 pull-ups while I'm at the park. Why? Because why the fuck not? I'm already there. The fucking monkey bars are already there. Why don't I take advantage of all of that kind of stuff? And I think that people have the misunderstanding of when you become a father that you have the ability to become lazy. Like, when you start to use your children as an excuse of why you're fat or why you're lazy or because you're fucking tired, when you start to use your kids as an excuse for that, you immediately put your kids at the bottom of the list because your children need somebody to look up to. And if they're looking up to you as in the guy that sits on the TV all fucking day and doesn't do anything with them, you're already failing them as a father, I believe. And that's just my opinion, but
they froze.
I know. So fucking irritating.
Agree.
There
you know, but it comes. Y'all are frozen on my screen. I'm gonna wait.
We're good. We're good.
It comes. There's a fine line, right? Because now there's a fine line between, am I being narcissistic and doing this too much for myself, especially like with our training and stuff, or am I doing this to set an example?
Right.
That's the fine tightrope line. It's like, I want to be the best that I can be so I can show my daughter that you can do whatever you'd like, but it's like, how selfish am I being? How much time am I taking away from her? Exactly. Am I, you know, me and Alan, we're double dadded up, dude. We're a dynamic team with Charlie because my wife gets off at 6 and she's a nurse, and so we usually work out with Charlie in the weight room, and we're having to tag team watching her, making sure she don't get crushed, making sure she don't run out in the street, making sure whatever, and you know, and so with that in mind, she's seeing a lot of it, which is great. But there's times where, you know, that selfishness kicks in. I'm like, dude, I really wish she wasn't here right now. I wish she was with her mom. I wish she was still in daycare. I wish whatever, so I could get the work in. But there's so much that's going into her seeing her parents work out. And it's like, man, when I think about that, it's so great. But you know how it goes as a dad, Austin. It's like, you love these kids, man. But at times you're just like, I need a break. And then you have to have that mental snap back into play. Like, no, dude, like my kid's watching this thing happen. Like I'm setting the bar, setting the tone.
Yeah. I mean, that's
where it gets back to you. But there are those moments.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many days where I literally just have to fucking put my foot in my mouth and shut up and get the work done, because what am I supposed to do? Fucking sit here and be like, oh, I wish I had a break. I'm tired. Yeah, fucking everybody's tired. Like everybody's tired. Everybody's going through their own shit. So what is my complaining going to do? Like absolutely nothing. That's just going to put me farther behind. And like, yeah, I mean, I've got 2 under 2, so I'm chasing fucking 2 children all the time, and it is what it is. But there's people that have it way harder than me that are doing way more than me. So what is my complaining doing? It's literally just wasting oxygen. And I feel like there's a lot of people that use them as excuses, and it's like, I need to be the absolute best that I can for these children, so that way when they grow up, they're not impressed by a 135-pound bench press. Like,
right.
Like, yeah, I don't want to be. I want to be that dad that my kids will automatically win the argument of my dad is stronger than your dad.
Oh yeah, I've said that plenty of times, dude. That's my goal.
Yep.
Well, we kind of talk about too, like this is a lifestyle choice for us, and we on doing this, like we can do these things for our kids and our family and our wives long term.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the actual big goals long term for me is like, I want to be doing this when I'm 65 so I can carry my wife when she needs to be carried, or I can go take care of my daughter when she's 35 or whatever that case may be, or I need to go help my mom when she's 80. It doesn't matter. Like it's a lifetime thing for everyone else, not just myself. Like, yeah, the discipline and the consistency and the dedication is important to me to build who I am, but it's for me to pour into other people.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, and I think there's also a big understanding of community whenever you set the tone for, I don't believe in fucking failure. I don't believe in fucking issues. I believe in getting the work done no matter what the situation is. The community around you goes, oh, shit, like I can't really slack in these areas. And like your family becomes stronger, their friends become stronger, your friends become stronger, whether it's like strong in strength or strong in faith or strong in, you know, mentality. There's just an emotional, there's a connect that always happens where people go, man, if he's doing all of this and he's this way, it's going to be completely fine for me. I just need to continue to move forward, and that's it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I agree. And Alan, you and Chase have been working out for what now? 15 years together? You said 10, 15 years?
It's been a long time. It was, maybe we've been working out since freshman year of high school?
Yeah.
Freshman year of high school.
Okay.
So however long that's been, it's been a hot minute.
2010.
Yeah,
okay.
2010.
So yeah. Okay. And how long you been in the sport of strongman?
Yeah. It's been, gosh, 2 years now that we've been working out. I've been working out real consistent.
I think 3. I think you're on 3 now.
So I had a slight break.
Yeah.
Okay.
And broke my foot.
Broke his foot.
But pretty consistent in terms of like working out. I've always been relatively strong, and I've played sports in high school and college and worked out, whatever. But didn't really get into strongman until real serious and was able to, you know, life and work and
for sure
getting all that stuff together. But we've been working out real consistently for like 2 years now, for sure.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. We were powerlifting weight partners back in the day. He was a grade under me, and I was trying to be the top dog in the high school and everything and whatever. And I was working out with these big linemen and stuff because I was trying to weight lift and everyone was trying to play football. So I was trying to push weight, and no one really was keeping up because they were focused on football, not in strength. And
right.
Alan walks in, he used to have this big ass fucking fro, curly hair, like out to here, and I'm like, this fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I was just hungry when I was younger and competitive, and he was like big dog, and I was like, I'm gonna whoop his ass. Like that's the dude right there. I'm chasing, you know. And it's just kind of like our rivalry kind of started with, you know, coaches putting us.
They froze.
Yeah.
And so, and our goals were time football, and we played the same positions. We both were outside linebackers and running backs. And you know, it ended up I started focusing a little bit more on weights, and he passed my ass in football hardcore. He went and played, you know, D2 starting running back, starting outside linebacker, and played well, and you know, went and did all this football stuff, you know, multiple like all state stuff. I'm sure I don't even remember what your athletes were.
Some all-state stuff in high school. I wasn't anything special. Don't get me wrong. I was just a dude who worked hard, was a decent athlete, but kept my nose to the grindstone.
Yeah.
So, and I played all 4 years college and was a special teams guy, and then I wound up getting some playing time towards the back end of my last few years. But I just worked hard, and it was important for me to finish out what I started.
I like that.
You know,
I like that.
I wasn't a super player though.
But we separated. You know, he went that football route and passed me up, and we were, you know, paired together. And I went the strength route, and I ended up not playing ball. And then, you know, we had college years and stuff, and then finally came back and was like, we need to start lifting again.
Yeah.
And so we started 2020 or so and started lifting, and then immediately, you know, got shut down. The gym shut down, and then we started working out at the home, carrying rocks and shit.
Love that.
And you know, I started strongman. I started training strongman intently, and he would jump in with the strongman stuff and was like, "This is kind of fun, but I want to bench press, deadlift, and squat again, power lift."
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't really care to bench press, and so we would do it every now and then, you know, all this different stuff. But it was, you know.
Yeah. Well, as we started working out more together, I was like, "Oh, this strongman stuff's kind of cool. Like, picking up rocks is badass."
Oh, look, 2 babies.
Oh man.
So,
also, real quick, I do have to do this real fast because he hasn't been on the podcast. This is Odin. He is the newest Built for War team member.
Look at that man.
And he's in the 90th percentile for literally everything. He's
so thick.
Huge at 5 months. So
chillest baby ever.
Yeah, I love having the kids. I love being a dad.
This is Charlotte. She's in the 1st percentile of everything.
I could see why. I think we lost you for a sec. I could see why, being is that you're a smaller guy.
A small. She's little. She gets it from her mom and her dad. So
love it. Well,
hi Charlotte.
Hi everybody.
Hi Charlotte.
Hi. No, she's like, I'm good.
She's gotten big over the last couple of years.
Dude, just from OSG. Like, she was itty bitty when we were sitting at that Chili's.
getting big.
Yeah, look at her. She's almost tall as your ass. Damn.
Yeah. You've been lifting, man.
She does lift.
Oh, I know. I see her that in your videos and shit. That's fucking cool.
Hey, she'll like go put our belts on and like get our wrist wraps and like put them on and then like try to be lifting the bar.
That's sick.
It's crazy how much you never realize how much kids pick up like when they just watch you.
Well, right. I mean,
like she knows how to put a belt on. We've never taught her like wrist wraps on.
Right. Well, kids are so their
It's
perspective,
insane.
right? They just watch. I mean, think about how we grew up. You know, at least like you grow up, you watch your dad come home from work, he goes and wrenches in the garage, he drinks beer, like, you know, yells at mom at night, and then like that's what they do, right? Like that's just, and people that adapt that just becomes like that just seems to be normalcy. Where then if you have parents that like they go to work all day and then they're in the gym or they're like doing these things like you're just living your lives and being a good, you know, what you do. Role model. I mean, technically, like you bettering yourself is bettering your children and bettering everything just by their perspectives alone. That's normalcy. Where nowadays, everything is kids is, oh, well, mom and dad are on their phone and their tablet and food just comes at the door. We don't actually go to the grocery store or we go to the fucking, you know.
Well, that's the cool part too, is, and I think that's on the parents, like the men that Charlie's see in her life are me, Alan, and my friend group, but like mostly me and Alan. Right. And it's like, this is who she sees. Exactly. This is who she knows, you know, like these are the people that she's going to be looking up to. Like her mom is freaking amazing. Yeah. The women we have in our life are absolutely amazing. And so that's kind of the people that you put in front of you, who's they're gonna, and I'm so lucky and blessed to have Alan and my family and the friends that I have in my life that I show them, like, look, these are the people that you have to look up to. And you know, like I was saying, like, you know, me and Alan lived together since high school and shit now, and so it's kind of like this ongoing thing that Charlie gets to see. That's, for sure. You know, like we both have the same goals, we both have the same stuff. We're both, you know, competing. He just qualified for Worlds.
Did you?
Show, mind you, I'll take.
I was gonna say we're gonna jump back in.
I don't think that I've said this or that it's set in. His very first show at the U80s, right? So this is a man who played football at 220. First show at the U80s, qualified for Worlds.
Oh shit!
So
Congrats,
he's going
bro.
to UA.
And that's the Ireland one, the
and
Ireland one, or OSG.
Yeah, which is a big deal. So it's the equivalent of OSG for Nats.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like Europeans or anything else, right? It's the same exact thing.
No. It's literally it's just OSG, but for
for naturals. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I was supposed to compete the year prior.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to compete the year before at a local show to kind of get my feet wet and kind of get into all that because I hadn't competed and I just didn't feel like I was in a place to where I would be super competitive. I didn't feel confident in myself,
right?
And I wanted to get better before I did my feet in there. And so I signed up for a show. One of our friends, a really good guy, runs some shows around here, but I broke my foot while I was training
with me for OSG.
He was training for OSG. I was training for this local comp and wound up dropping a frame.
Oh, no shit on your foot.
Yeah, a farmer's frame carry on my foot, and like I caught it on the back of my heel on the back foot, and it like bit my foot in half and broke it.
Damn.
So I'm gonna take a little bit out. So I wound up not competing, and then I got better from doing that, and then I was just getting ready for this one because I was like, I felt confident enough that I could compete at a semi level, and so started training for that, and wound up doing pretty well for the most part. I mean, I was proud of myself, but at the same time, I always need to improve and continue.
Right, everybody does, but absolutely. Right.
I'm fortunate too. I would like, while I'm here, might as well like shout out the bet on the South. His name's Zach, right?
Yeah.
Zach. I didn't win, but I tied for first place points. But I lost a tiebreaker event.
Yeah.
But I wound up getting an invite to Worlds, even though I didn't technically earn it because I was so competitive in that class.
Yeah, and they saw it. They're like, yeah, that gotta be guys.
Giving me the opportunity, looking deep enough past the numbers and seeing that like I have potential and I could potentially compete at Worlds.
For sure.
I'm very grateful and proud of the opportunity for that.
I gotta book our flights for fucking Ireland.
That's nuts.
That's got to be super exciting for you guys because at least when
cool.
you guys go out to Ireland, you'll be able to touch one of the stones.
That's
yeah. Well, and we're gonna go to Scotland. I
was gonna say if you're gonna go out there, dude, you might as well make a trip out of it, bro.
And that's all my fucking heritage, dude. That's all my shit. Like I'm bringing my fucking kilt. Like we're going.
Oh yeah, that is you, huh? That is your heritage as fuck, right?
My wife has been like, I hope you win so we can go to Ireland. I hope you win. She don't care nothing about vacation at Ireland, boy.
Yep.
She doesn't care how.
My wife is kind of the same way. She's just like, whenever you go to compete at OSG, she was like, when you compete at the world levels and you go do all of those things, she was like, we're going to make a trip out of all of it. I was like, perfect. That's a great tax write-off. Let's fucking do it. But she's just excited because it does give the opportunity with me being a father of two now. Like by the time that all happens, the kids are going to know exactly what the fuck's going on. So we're going to be able to take them out there, get the traveling in, because same thing here. Like I grew up in poverty. Like there was nights that we didn't get to fucking eat. So for my kids to be able to travel at such a young age and us be able to go see the world based on my physical ability, it's extremely exciting and it's something that we're all looking forward to. And we're super stoked for you guys. It's been awesome having you guys on the podcast. We're going to have you guys on the podcast here soon again. When do you guys go out to...
I was going to say, when do you go out to Ireland?
When do you guys go out there?
It's
August, the mid-August, like August 20th, 24th, something like that.
Okay.
We're still in the works. He's going for sure. I'm in physical therapy assistant school right now, so I'm going to back to school for that.
Oh, dope.
Trying to be able to fix all of us who are broken, all of our strongman friends who tear their shit.
Thank you.
And I have clinicals. My clinical rotations start and will end in August. So I got to see when the time frame works out, and money wise, with everything with August. Sure. But that's the goal, dude.
Bruh.
There's a lot. we'll see. Freaking Worlds last year was 3 days, man. It was a 3-day event.
Did you go to Worlds last year?
8 events.
Did you go to Worlds?
No, not last year. I skipped last year.
I was gonna say you skipped last year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
With his heart surgery and everything.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Took the year off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing.
But
we're not doing.
Natty Worlds is like a 3-day ordeal.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. See, we're going out to. By the time if you guys are going out to Natty Worlds, him and I are gonna be going to do the southeast.
Maybe not actually, because that's the Shaw. I'm doing the Shaw this year.
Fuck the Shaw.
I'm doing the Shaw.
Fuck the Shaw.
Hey,
I'm doing the
hey,
Shaw.
man. Let me tell you something. I want to do the Shaw.
I'm doing the Shaw this year. Like, yeah, we were talking about doing the Florida one and the regionals for Florida.
The Shaw's pretty static, man, and I'm a
it's
static
static
boy.
as a motherfucker. Yeah, and it's the venue is 3 minutes from my house. I can literally fucking 3 minutes from my house. So it's like, why would I not compete at a heavy ass big time show that's 3 minutes from my house?
Because where do you go from the Shaw?
Yeah.
A lot of names are in the Shaw. A lot of names watch the Shaw. So, and to make it to final day in Shaw, that's what I'm doing this year. So,
she's so cute.
Look at her back there. Silly goose.
She's singing for you guys.
She's singing for the podcast.
I love that.
Sing it. We're gonna record it, and that's gonna be our introduction.
Our intro.
I think the Shaw actually is gonna end up being an international level.
I sure hope
so. You know, for the weight class guys, I think it's gonna end up being an international type. You know.
Yeah.
But
we'll see. But I think we'll have to have you guys on here before that. We'll see you guys in the middle of a prep or when you guys here in a couple of weeks, whenever you guys get stuff kind of wrapped up, I think let's check back in with both of you guys and have a little bit longer of a discussion when it comes to all of this. But we're super thankful to have you guys onto the podcast.
Yeah, thank you guys.
It's been a really good conversation, and I just have to ask Alan the one question that we always ask any of the new guys on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
What do you rather? Do you rather love to win or hate to lose?
Hate to lose.
And why?
It's just I don't know, that feeling, that taste in your mouth that never leaves, and then wins, they fade pretty quick.
Yeah.
So
fair.
I love it.
I mean, think about going back to football. You don't really think about the wins it's always the losses. I mean, you could pretty much go back and think about every detail of them losses, and they stay with you forever.
For sure.
I love it. Well, guys, do us a favor. Both of you guys put your Instagrams on blast real quick. We'll wrap this up and head it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody McGhee. Instagram, Facebook's a link to it. So
somebody McGhee one day.
The Nobody McGhee.
Somebody McGhee. Don't worry about it. I'll change it.
I don't have a cool handle or anything. It's just Alan.w.scott32.
Fuck yeah, with the dots. Michael.lee.music, motherfucker.
Hey, there's a special.
I got you.
Special around here.
I love it. Well, guys, thanks for being on the podcast. We really appreciate it. For those of you guys that are watching, make sure you guys go follow these two gentlemen. They're doing big shit in the natural world. And if you guys haven't, made sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the videos. You guys have been doing awesome. Our last freaking 30 days, we've gone up 15 followers.
It's literally gone
subscribers.
So
just make sure that you guys are blasting on it. We're going to blast on you guys, and we're going to make it fucking big. This is a fucking movement. This isn't just a podcast anymore. So we really appreciate, like you said, having you guys on the podcast.
Absolutely.
And it's really turning into something a lot more than what we expected it to. So thanks to you guys, and thanks to you guys back home. For now, we'll talk to you guys later.
See you guys next time.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you guys later.
Later, boys.